Good morning, dolls, and welcome to Little Gretchen's workshop. So now it's time for me to go ahead and get Marva and Sterling's bedroom together so that everybody can get a good night's rest. So I did a process on this bed that's similar to what I did on the double bed in the attic, the bed that I prepared for Miss Maisie. So I removed the slats and lowered them so that I'll be able to add my mattress with the 1-inch foam. And after removing the slats, I adjusted them to the location that I wanted them between the rails and glued them in place and allowed them to dry. Now, while the bed rails were drying, I considered my options for bedding. Now, this is the top sheet that was on the original mattress that was on the bed. It's pretty yellowed from the glue, but I really like the print. So I cut off the yellowed part and decided to use the part that wasn't yellow to create my pillowcases for this bed. Now in this frame, I'm showing you my mattress already created with the fitted sheet and the top sheet. Now the process to create this look, I will leave a link in the description for the bed that I dressed in the attic for Miss Maisie's room. And I secured everything with my tacky glue. Now I really like the way the mattress fits into the bed and the bed frame. The fitted sheet and the top sheet look really nice. I really like these colors together, and you can see from the side how neatly it fits down into the bed frame. Now this bed also needed a bedspread, but I didn't want to do a thick quilt like I did for the other bed, and I opted for this really pretty floral stripe fabric. To me it looks like a bedspread, but I do want to lay it on the bed so that the top sheet is still showing. Now, dolls, you know I don't like matchy-matchy, so I use several different types of fabric. They don't match, but all of the colors coordinate and create a warm, cozy look for the room and for the bed. Now, dolls, here in this frame, I'm just creating a single layer blanket for the bedspread. I'm spreading out my tacky glue to create a really, really thin, shallow hem, just so that the bedspread won't look raw. I didn't double it. I didn't try to make it like a quilt. It's just a single layer and hemming it similar to the way I would if I was making a curtain. Now, it would be helpful if you went across that hem with your clover iron to make sure that it seals nice and tight before you begin to use the water and glue solution. So this is my bedspread. Again, a single layer of fabric, and I'm folding it in a way that it will still reveal the top sheet and the fitted sheet, because I want all of those different colors and patterns to be visible when you peek in the room at the bed, even though it is completely made. And I'm just tucking it under the mattress and repositioning it on the bed before the final step of adding the water and glue solution to create the draping effect on the fabric hanging on the side of the bed. Now, dolls, I use a big brush to add the water and glue solution to my bed. I didn't use the foil in this instance because I'm creating a different look for this particular type of bed. Definitely check the link in the description for the other bed. Now, after I got the areas that I wanted to shape saturated with the water and glue solution, I did pin them down so that they'll hold their shape while they dry. Now, dolls, when it comes to the water and glue solution, there is no right or wrong way. It just depends on how you want your bed to look. Now, dolls, be advised, the more glue you use, as far as the ratio of your formula of your solution, the harder your finished fabric will be. I will also leave in the description the link to my messy boys bed video. I'm just leaving this part of the video here so you can just see I'm not doing a lot of pinning because I want my draping to be subtle, but I'm trying to force the fabric to have a weighted look at the bottom. Now my bed is all dry. I think the pillowcases look great, although they're different print from any other fabric on the bed. It all goes together and it looks really, really cute. So one pillow is white, the other one is striped. I like those type of little variations because I would imagine in a rooming house everything wouldn't match perfectly. But I love the way my wrinkles turns out. I've already removed the pins. So come on, dolls, let's go back to the room. Oh wow, I forgot the bedroom is looking pretty scrappy. You've got the luggage in here, all kinds of stuff, and I really haven't cleaned up. So let me get a few things together. So this is the light that's going to go in the room. So the light is working well. Here's Marva's luggage. So let me move these pieces out of the way. So it's looking pretty dusty in here. I've got the broom, but I'm going to definitely need to clean up Got a couple books in the chair. Got this cute little tie rack that I got from the estate sale. That's definitely going to need to go in the room. And I really like this little throw, but it's going to need some help. But I'll deal with that at another time. So we've got our high boy here. It's been distressed. You can see how after I painted it, I scuffed it up a little bit. I really like it. So I definitely want to keep it in the room. Now, dolls, this is one of the first rooms that I renovated or decorated when I first started the rooming house. So it's gotten quite dusty over the past year. So I swept it up really good and I'm wiping it out with a baby wipe to get the dust out of here. And I also need to add a little bit of paint and agent to that doorknob as well. So now I'm going to put the bed back in here. So I think that looks really cute. Now my original way was to put it on that wall. I'm just kind of trying it, dolls, to see if there's another way it'll look nice. I really love how although the bedspreads and the wallpaper are different, they still coordinate. They look well together. Yeah, that's not going to work for me to put the high boy over there. So I can forget about that idea. And if I put it there, it's blocking the window, which is going to block out the sunlight, which is, I feel like, a no-no in decorating. And if I put the high boy on this side, the bed will be blocking the door. So I guess I'll have to go back to the original way I had it set up. And maybe that's why I did it like that in the first place. But I just want to encourage you, dolls, to play with the arrangement of your furniture to see what works best. And at this point, I'm noticing my high boy is a little bit wobbly. One of the legs is short, so I'm going to have to fix that because that will really bother me. Okay, so for sure that's going to have to go back to the craft table so I can adjust it. Oops, I'm sorry, dolls. I almost forgot my original mission for coming over here. I was trying to see how much other furniture I could actually get into the room. So let me put the high boy back so I can see what other items I can fit in here. Okay, so I'm going to keep the chair. So they definitely need a chair in here. And I definitely have to do the curtains. I've got the light. Now I've got all of Marva's luggage and her train case, but I don't have a trunk for Sterling, so I'm going to have to fit that in here too. Now, dolls, I do have this little blanket chest that I made a couple years ago. I definitely want to use it in this room. I think it's really cute. I do want to enhance that little decorative piece a little bit, but I made this from scratch, and I think I'll have to do a tutorial or video on how I did this. I did add the crackle to it, but it fits really nice here at the foot of the bed. I think it'll be great for them storing some of their other clothes and things while they're staying here. So I'm going to keep that in the room, but I do want to enhance it. So I have to fix the leg on the high boy, and I need to enhance the blanket chest. I do really like the chest there, but it really doesn't seem to be room for much else. I got these couple books. I will be able to put things inside the blanket chest, but I'm just trying to figure out just how to make the room as functional as possible. I still need to do curtains. I need some pictures on the wall. I need some more things to make the room feel cozy or more personal. I need more details. So I need like a hook or a shelf or something with a mirror to go in that area. So let me go to my table, dolls. Now, I hope you don't mind if I play a little bit. I'm trying to just pull together some things that I need for the room. I do have quite a few pictures, but I don't know if I'm satisfied with the ones that I have. Now, I just wanted to enhance this little decorative piece on the chest a little bit, and I'm just adding a little bit of my nail art, the little brass studs, not a whole lot, just something to just make that stand out a little bit. It looked a little generic to me. I love how I really aged this little chest a whole lot. So again, I'll definitely do a video on how I created this. So let's go on to the next part. Now, I do need to fix this leg. Remember, it was wobbling in the room and it's unbalanced. So one of the legs was slightly short and it needed a little help. Now, I'm not taking the leg off or anything. I'm just adding a small piece of wood to the bottom of it to just raise it up and make it level with the rest of the legs. And I just added a teeny dab of tacky glue to the bottom and added the piece of wood. Now, dolls, can you see it? I really hope you can't because I want it to be undetectable. I'm not going to stain it. I'm not going to paint it. I just want it to blend in and keep it level. So I put it back in the room. You won't even notice it. So while that little piece is drying on the high boy, I went back to put a little alcohol and acrylic paint wash on this little decorative piece to just age it up a little bit to make it look like it might be a little bit dirty, it might be a little bit rusted. I really wanted to give the impression that that little wooden decorative piece was metal. So now that that's done, so I've got both of my two pieces of furniture are ready. So I'm going to set those aside and see what else I got here. Here's a little tie rack. And I got this from the estate sale, and it says Reynolds 1987. So I think that's really cool. So it's definitely a handmade piece. So I'm adding a little tacky wax. So let's go put it in the room. So I'm back here in the room. The high boy is in place. I've got the chest sitting there. Now I'm adding a little small mirror. This is just a plain mirror. I added a little wire to it. There's a little brass pin that I nailed into the wall. And you see the little mirror is very simple. Just something for them to use while they're getting dressed. So here I zoomed in a little closer. You see that the tie rack is there, and I've added a little shelf to the wall just below where the mirror is. So now, dolls, I'm going to add a few more accessories, just trying to personalize the room. I do not have the curtains ready at this point, so that will have to be another video. But let me go ahead and get some pictures on these walls. So I got this little green picture that I made. I'll definitely show you how I made that. But it's a picture of an old house. I thought that was kind of cute. And although I think it's cute and I like it, it's really not saying what I'm trying to say. I've got a better idea. These two little burgundy pictures I think will look a lot better, and I think they blend really well with the wallpaper. Yes, that looks much warmer and cozier next to the white cabinet and the black bed. That looks good. This is so much fun. So dolls, let me stay focused. I'm really excited. So let me get in the rest of the details I have so far. So this is just a little hook that I've aged a little bit. Just putting it there. That'll be convenient. And if you dolls notice, I did age that doorknob. And here I've got a little oval shaped baby picture. That's actually a picture of my Uncle Eugene. And all these items are being added to my wall with just a little tacky wax. Now this is just a little wooden shelf that I have, and I'm actually going to fill it with some toiletries to be right there under the mirror. And here we've got a few perfume bottles and things that belong to Marva, some creams and lotions, and that'll go right there below the mirror on the wall on the shelf. I will show you how I made the little tray and some of the perfume bottles, but I do have a video out there already for perfume bottles, so I will put a link in the description for that as well. Now, while I was sitting here, I did have a couple extra pictures, so I did end up using that little picture of the house that I had over the bed. I ended up putting it in the hallway, so I think that looks good. Now, guys, I'm really pleased with the look of the room. I do have to do the curtains. I do have to add more details, but I'm just kind of zooming it in so you can see this area. You can see where I put the little tray on top of the shelf. You can see that I've added the hook. Now I do need a rug in here. Here, add a little couple books. Let me put Marva's bracelet on there. And you got see I got books on the bed. So dolls, you don't want to neglect the details because it's things like that that really make the room interesting. I really like my scenes to look like somebody either just walked out or they're about to come back. So that's the feeling I'm always trying to create, where your eye never gets tired. You always see something new. I'm just opening the door so you can see my hook on the door. There's the picture of Uncle Eugene on the wall. I really love how I stay in the door. So all the little details added together really add to the look. You see my doorknob is aged. I need a rug on the floor. I need curtains. But you just want to take your time and add things little by little. It's never actually done. There's always something that can be added. I'm one of those people that don't believe that a dollhouse is ever really done. It's just at a satisfying level of completion. Here's a close-up of that little shelf with the perfume bottles, just so you can see it. I slowed the video down a little bit just so you can see a little bit more of what's going on in the room. I'm having so much fun doing these bedrooms. It's so exciting just to see everything start to come together like it is in my head. Now, I do have a few more things to do to this room before I can walk away from it. But at this point, I'm really, really feeling good at the overall feeling of the room. And I think it'll be okay for Marva and Sterling to come on up so they can go ahead and get them some rest from being on the road. Now, dolls, if you've enjoyed this video today, definitely let me know in the comments. Also, like, share, and subscribe. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode of Little Gretchen's Workshop. Bye-bye now, dolls.